Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing Big Joke yet again. He's definitely been on the lips of many the last couple of weeks, made a lot of statements throughout the press, which we've talked about quite frequently on this channel here recently. I've even had some comments saying that I'm sort of beating a dead horse and continuing to talk about that stuff. Again, I state what I've stated before. I think it's important when somebody like that says these things to get that information out there. Also, there's a lot of nuance that's going on with regard to visa issues generally, sort of immigration policy, and I think it's worth noting. It's worth noting the nuance because it's important. But I thought of making this video specifically as it pertains to work authorization. I thought of making this video after reading a recent article from Khao English, that's khao-english.com. Article is titled, Police to Eliminate All Gangs in Pattaya After German Murder. Again, as we've noted in other videos, the thrust of this video, or of this article, goes one way, and then we see sort of things in there that are sort of pertinent to this channel, and that's what I found here, quoting directly. And I urge those who are watching this video, go read that article in detail. A lot of good information in there over at khao-english.com. Quoting directly, following the case of Hans-Peter Walter Mock, a German businessman who was kidnapped, murdered, and dismembered in Longpro District, Chonburi Province, Police General Surachat Hakpan, Deputy Commissioner of Police, who's oftentimes referred to as Big Joke, quoting further, said on July 14th that he directed the police to wipe out all foreign criminal gangs in Pattaya. Quoting further, he ordered that information be gathered about all gangs in the Pattaya area and living in Nongpru, Chonburi Province, and monitored foreigners who came to live in Thailand without a job, riding a Harley-Davidson, posing in gang tattoos, and on a retirement visa. Immigration officers should revoke their visas and return them via immigration processes. So again, I don't know exactly how you discern these things. You know, since when did riding a motorcycle in and of itself sort of designate one as sort of undesirable or something? It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. A lot of folks down in the Pattaya area, and quite honestly in the foreign Western community these days, have tattoos. So again, I don't know how that, where that really gets you. But that said, I did think it was interesting that concentration was being placed on folks who came to Thailand without a job, that seemed to be something that was of importance. And I don't know exactly what that means, but it's important to note it, as we've noted in other videos, especially with the change in the way digital economics works and these types of things. We are seeing more and more people who are coming to Thailand and presuming they can do various things even without work authorization. And that in and of itself is something you need to be careful with, because as I've discussed in many other videos on this channel, work authorization is required in Thailand if foreign nationals wish to work. Now, I've seen it said in comment sections and things, this ongoing refrain, I may do a video specifically on this, about it's all about foreigners taking jobs from Thais. No, that's not the criteria. That's not what they're looking for in terms of work authorization. It's purely about work authorization. Same can be said, for example, about the U.S. immigration system. Folks that want to work in the United States need work authorization. This is true for virtually any country I'm aware of, that if you want to come to that country and work, you have to seek some form of work authorization to do that, because you're not a local national. You don't have the inherent right to work. So that's something to keep in mind with regard to this, with regard to working generally. I think part of this line, if you kind of read the subtext to what he's been saying, immigration enforcement is important. Part of that is Labor Department, part of that is labor law enforcement. And this whole thing about people coming to Thailand without a job, that could be, I think, some tip of the hand, if you will, to the possibility, as I've discussed in many other videos, that enforcement measures are going to become more stringent as it pertains to work authorization. Because as noted, the mention of coming to Thailand without a job, that may mean that they're saying, well, then what are they doing? Engaging in criminal activity? That's one side of the analysis. Another side of the analysis is engaging in criminal activity insofar as somebody's coming here to work without proper authorization. And as we've discussed in other videos, and videos I'm making contemporaneously with this one, Thailand has gotten increasingly diligent about going after foreign nationals who work illegally in the kingdom. So for those who are out there who are possibly looking at coming to Thailand to work, very good idea to contact a legal professional, gain some insight and guidance into that. If you're truly coming to Thailand to retire, however, I would very much hope, and I'm going to do another opinion video on this, kind of explaining, and look, Thailand is not going to go after retirees. They're not going to, try to force all retirees out or have a crackdown on retirees. That's not what I see coming at all. If anything, I see a moderate change in terms of the financial requirements associated with retirement visas. And as a result of those changes, we could see folks getting grandfathered in, as we've seen in the past. We could also see a situation wherein they change the retirement visa scheme somewhat. But again, I don't think it's with the idea of kicking people out of the country. It's more coming from a place of, hey, we haven't really had a major change in the laws and regulations associated with retirement visas in quite some time. It's time for an update. So again, the thing to take away from this video, if you're looking to come to Thailand to work, you need to look at getting work authorization. If you're looking to come to Thailand to retire, no big deal. That's fine. Retirement visa authorization can be granted. We assist a number of folks in our office with retirement status. Again, for those who feel a little overwhelmed by all of this, might not be a terrible idea. Contact a legal professional, gain some insight and guidance into how best to proceed.